offering is the truth, nothing more.
What's going on, YouTube? It's CS The Apostate back at it again. And to all my subscribers, first, I would just like to thank you for your support of this channel. I wanted to inform you, or at least those who don't already know, that I enlisted in the United States Army on April 23rd. I enlisted as a healthcare specialist, better known as a medic. I am extremely happy about my decision and truly thrilled at the opportunities I will have in the U.S. Army and being able to serve my country and support wounded troops. I'm leaving for basic combat training on September 15th, and that date marks the beginning of my next great adventure. However, there are a few things I would like to accomplish before I leave for basic. I will need the help of a lot of people to accomplish one of my desired goals. I don't have an exact date in July because part of it will depend on how much support I can round up for this task. In July, I will be traveling to Ohio to meet for the first time in person the woman who reached out to me over 2 years ago and changed my life forever. Jamie Bowers is very much like a mother to me, and without a doubt, her love and compassion helped me finally come out of my dark corner and begin living my life in a much more positive way. After I meet and visit Jamie Bowers in Ohio, I plan to travel to Virginia and then North Carolina to spend time with my family before I go to basic, AIT, and then most likely deploy overseas. Here's my idea and where I need the help and support of all my subscribers and many more people if it is to become a reality. I want to take a week, possibly 2, going from state to state on my way down the East Coast and adjacent states, meeting with and recording interviews with as many former Jehovah's Witnesses and individuals who have lost relatives and friends to the Watchtower Corporation as possible. Jamie has agreed to help me keep up with emails and communications of anyone in these states who would be willing to sit down and do a video interview with me regarding your experiences with the Watchtower, even if you were not a baptized Jehovah's Witness yourself, but still affected in some way by the Watchtower Corporation. I would also like to just let these same people tell their personal stories or talk about any subject relating to the Watchtower on camera that they feel will help others. I have created the email address 100speakout@gmail for communication and planning purposes for this documentary. I am currently calling it 100 Voices Speak Out, as I sincerely hope to meet with at least 100 people during that week. If this project gets the attention that I hope it does, I may need more volunteers to help with communications and coordinate the planning of the trip and meeting places. I also need help in getting the word out. First, finish watching the entirety of this video, and if you agree with and support the idea, mirror it, post it on your Facebook, forums that you frequent, or any other place that is appropriate to make others aware of it. Just please don't spam. The hardest thing I have to ask for to make this documentary a reality is donations. Because of the necessity for donations, I was and am still hesitant about going through with this video or the idea of this project. However, no documentary has ever been made without some kind of financial backing. Why do I need donations to make this a reality? The money will be used for only 3 things: a camera, as I do not have one at this time, fuel during the trip, and food. Whatever is left over when I reach North Carolina will be donated to a charity, most likely Silent Lambs. I've created a separate email for PayPal donations, so I can close this email account entirely when the project is done. This is a temporary need of donations, not an ongoing way to incur funds. I am currently looking into getting a small loan and backing this project myself as much as possible. I would also like to stress that no one should hurt themselves financially to support the making of 100 Voices Speak Out. If 20 people donate $5, that's $100 towards gas. The way I see it is, if this is a good idea, as I think it is, people will support it, and it will become a reality. If it is not, then it will fall dead on its face, and that will be that. The idea is to get footage of 100 or more individuals talking about personal experiences with the Watchtower organization. I would also be looking for any active Jehovah's Witnesses who are willing to sit down and talk with me on camera, even if you disagree with my stand on the Watchtower organization. And you can wear a disguise and we can change your voice if that's the only way you're willing to do it. I hope to visit some kingdom halls and attempt to talk with elders and other Jehovah's Witnesses as well for this documentary. When it is done, I will edit and use as much of the footage as I can upload to my channel on YouTube. I will also put the raw video files on discs and send them to several other YouTubers to use in the future. Also, if someone who is proficient in video editing is willing to take the footage and create a full-length documentary instead of 10-minute segments that are allowed on YouTube, that would be beneficial. By the time I get a short period of leave from the military in December, I will be financially able to pay for a website domain with appropriate bandwidth that could host a full-length documentary for anyone in the world to be able to watch at any time. So there it is. For better or worse, I'm asking for donations for this project. It will either succeed or it won't. If you're not in a position to help financially, but you would like to support the making of 100 Voices Speak Out, help me by spreading the word or messaging me with ideas to improve the project or other ways to get funds. I am open to ideas, but there's just absolutely no way I could make this a reality on my current budget. And I wrote out this whole thing, but just from me, like, there's a huge part of me that just asking for donations to me is never wanted to be there, but I've looked at it in so many different directions, and like I said, the only thing I can think is no one's ever made a documentary without backing of some sort. And if, you know, the trip to Ohio is on me. It's only between Ohio and North Carolina, and I was planning on making that trip anyways, which I could afford to do a straight shot from Ohio to North Carolina. I've driven from, you know, but there's a big difference in gas between making a straight shot down and traveling from state to state, you know, and I'm hoping if I get enough people involved and willing, we can set up some place to meet, and I can stop and record as much video as I can, and then probably spend another couple hours on the road in the same state meeting some other people. And the other thing is, I'm not going to be staying at hotels. The part of the thing is using the network of ex-Jehovah's Witnesses throughout the state to find people to crash at their house, sleep on couches. I'm trying to do this as absolutely low budget as possible, but it's just not possible for me to do it without some kind of financial backing. So if you're offended by me asking for donations, then so be it. But I would rather ask and make an attempt at this than just give up on it. So that's that. You know, you heard my piece. Like I said, if it ends up being a bad idea, no one will support it, and it won't happen. And if that's what happens, that's what happens. But if it is a good idea, and then people will get behind it. And that's, I don't know, that's it. So that's my piece. Let me know what you think. CS The Apostate out.
When nobody said life was gonna be easy, and we travel through this emotional roller coaster called life, and we have our ups and downs. Just keep in mind when you hit rock bottom,